The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the November 29th. How about that, folks? Almost done with November. Nonetheless, it is a November 29th. It is a terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes. And I know that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that, it's to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we're going to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. And more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Now is not too soon. 877-927-6648. Of course, internationally, 727-445-1044. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. Right now, we've got the Dow trading up 33 points. S&P is trading up 6. NASDAQ Composite up 28. Russell 2000 slightly green, not up a full point. The DAX closed up 37. The FTSE down 27. Gold is trading down $2 right now at $11.91. Silver is trading up 7 pennies at $16.74. Light sweet crude back nearly $2, trading at $45.18. Leading the charge here to the upside, Thor Industries up about $12, $11.62 to be exact, at $102.06. Google's up $10. Charter Communications up 3% or $8 and change. On the downside, really nothing huge until you get down to Blueprint Medicines Corp. That's down 10%. But Priceline, the dollar leader, off $8, no big deal. United Therapeutics down $5, about 4% to the downside. Tesla off about $4, down a couple of points. So where do we want to begin? I guess it is, hey, what are the markets doing? Excellent question. I'm glad that you asked me that question. What do we want to watch for today? You know, if we take a look at the ES Mini out here, it has been struggling. It has been trying since Sunday evening, since it's open at 6 o'clock. It has been trying, in essence, to take out the 2208 even Steven level. Of course, that's pretty easy. It's only it's got a 25% chance of hitting an even number out there, because it only trades in quarters, right? So if we take a look at 2208, but that's not the reason why the 2208 is so important, but 2208 is a significant resistance level. Now, the chart that you're looking at, if you're watching us on TigerTV, 4 quadrants here with 30-minute time frames. Red line is on this chart here is a significant resistance level. In the case of the ES Mini, 2208. In the case of the Dow equity futures contract, happens to be 19,125. We can see here that it's really the ES Mini that is giving us the best signal with regard to Stevie's red line. That's a different red line out here, but nonetheless, this horizontal red line is significant resistance. Why are we paying attention to that? Because if it's taken out, the price comes back and tests it and rejects it, then we can anticipate the trampoline effect. But right now, price is trading into resistance. As our dentists like to say, sell it until it fails. Well, you had to sell it until it fails about hour and a half ago, 11:30 out here. Is that an hour and a half? It's close enough. When price hit it, right to the T, rejected it, moved lower, and now we're just really trading sideways. So is it going to be able to break it? Well, here's the deal. If it is going to break through there, we'll talk about where price will head to if, in fact, it does break through there. But if it's going to break through there and stay above there, we'll also see something occur as well, and that's with regard to the VIX index. The VIX index is at trading right now at 1276. Any close right now between below 1279 says that at a minimum the S&P 500 finishes positive out here, but it also says that the VIX index would head down to about the 1229 or lower level. So the number to be watching, I think in this morning's newsletter, was 1281 that we were watching. It's changed by 2 pennies down to about 1279 right now. That is the number to watch. Now, the VIX is trading below that level. That says to me there is a good chance here that, in fact, the ES Mini will be able to overtake that 2208 area. Right now, you're at 2207.50. If we go take a look at it, if all of us take a look at this 30-minute chart here, this other 30-minute chart, we look for any other patterns that are out here, there's really nothing that you or I can hang our hat on. We can't hang our hat on a 30-minute time to mark count. We can't hang our hat on price moving higher with less relative energy. There's not a wave count that we could put in here and hang our hat on. There's just nothing. So we need to watch the 2208 level, and we need to watch the VIX index. That will be our beacon as to what the market wants to do. Then, if in fact price, now there's also another resistance level inside of the ES Mini, and that is this right here, brand new TAS market profile that formed. We can see that is the blue line. I can't really move it away too far from there. I can, but why do I? Why should I? And that is the top of its box is at 2207.50. It says 2207.45. Impossible to trade to that level. But at 2207.50, it most certainly can. So that says if price is going to go ahead and take out the 2208 area, then what we should see is not just a revisit of the highs from last Friday, which, by the way, that high is at 2211, but I would say at that stage it says the price move up to 2226. 2226, you're trading at 2206, so you've got about another 20-point move to the upside. Doesn't mean it happens today. It means it happens between today, tomorrow, whenever it does, and that's where price would head to. That would be the next logical level for price to move to. It's nothing more than the expansion of its last set of swing points, which would be the high out here from August 23rd down to that November 9th session low that took place at about, I don't remember the exact time now. When was it? 11 o'clock, 11:30, something like that. That was election night coverage inside of the ES Mini when it got down into that limit down area, and then been a big, strong bounce off of that. So that's what the markets are doing. That's what we would watch for. That's where your best signals are going to come from. Now, the NASDAQ, the NQ, has actually been pretty strong. So our read on this is not so fast, because we know that the ES Mini is upper resistance. We know that VIX is trading just slightly underneath a important support level. And we also know that the NQ, in essence, may have completed its work or is close to completing its work to the upside. And that is 49.0150. We have not hit that yet today. You've gone up to 48.97. But, man, that is really close out there to being able to hit the top of a resistance zone. So the NASDAQ, which wanted to flex its muscles, in essence has done that. And its work may, in fact, be done. If I go to its 30-minute time frame chart out here, I'm not going to find anything that we can hang our hat on either with regard to whether this is some type of top. So all we really have are our daily profiles. In summary, where are we? Break that 2208 in the ES, and most surely the NQ is going to get up and tag 4901 and perhaps even go higher. Pay attention to the number I gave you on the VIX index. I believe it was 1279. And that's it for the day. I don't think we need to cover anything else. Well, if you've got a question, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Ping me in the den. Give me a call. We'd love to hear from you. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee.
See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We've got the Dow trading up about 29 points out here. So let's take a look at gold. We've got some questions coming in by email with regard to gold. Let's take a look at what has gone on from a short-term basis. Now, short-term, I'm referring to a 30-minute chart. Well, let's first start and take a look at what it has done today. Let's look at some. We know that. Well, I don't know if you know that, but we do have a confirmed A to B equals CD. You've got several A to B equals CD patterns inside of Goldilocks. You can just, you can pick your choice as to which one you want to look at. But here's what we do know. Let's go ahead and put our TAS market profiles up on our screen. So let's look for some levels of horizontal support resistance. And at this stage here, we can see that price is trading below both daily and weekly profiles. Now, the number there that gold needs to get above in order to move from a negative state with regard to profiles into a more bullish state, positive state, would be 1226.30. That's the number you're looking at inside of gold. You're trading 1192.30 right now. So that's a daily chart. We're not going to see any kind of a reversal there. We're not going to get up to that level today. I can't guarantee that, but I don't think we're going to get up to that level today. Now, in the 30-minute chart out here, that's what we're going to look at. What we have that actually formed out here, we've seen, in essence, as I look at this 30-minute chart, what we saw took place this morning is actually the first Gartley buy pattern. So we have a little bit of a series. So we know the price was moving lower, doing a less relative energy back here. Let me get my crosshair out here. That was into the 10:30 session back on the don't do that to me. Back on the November 24th. I knew I could get it out. So since then, that's really where the bottom came in inside of gold. Thus far, that's where the low, I should say. I say bottom. Let's refer to it as the low. Now, gold, let's see, did it make an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out here? Let's go ahead and draw that. Well, that didn't work real well, did it? Let's go ahead and try that again. We'll draw the A to B equals CD pattern. Yeah, close enough. close enough for our work. So it really formed a Gartley sell pattern back here as it almost completed a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That price projection would have been $11.99. Price actually got up into a price point, and that's why we're going to cut it some slack, of $11.97. Yeah, $2 on a $1,200 instrument. That works. So that was a Gartley sell pattern. Now what we actually have is a Gartley buy pattern that occurred here earlier. If we take a look at that, it looks like this. Your Gartley sell pattern. This is, we're just going ahead and putting this into the system. Now, in this case here, it did complete the 1-to-1 move out here. You had the nice requisite, it's a cool word to use. I don't use it very often. But we do have the nice confirmation of that piercing candle and follow through at about 9:30 and then at the 10 o'clock session this morning. Now, remember, all Gartley patterns have really 5 different outcomes. And those 5 outcomes being, 3 of them being retracement levels, 382, 618, 786. 4th outcome being a 100% move of a move. Let's go ahead and change this one here to a 30-minute chart. It's going to be a little bit easier for me to show you a couple things. I'm not even sure what I'm going to show you just yet, but let's do this here. I want to go ahead. I'm going to change this to a 30-minute time frame chart. And we're also going to turn on the, well, I can do that here. We're going to turn on the 30-minute TAS market profiles. It's going to take a moment to load that up and to change the time frame. Okay, so we've got one element of this accomplished. Let's go ahead and change this to the 30-minute time frame. There we go. Now, when we take a look at the different outcomes, let me turn off the TAS market profile. So we're going to go take a look at the retracement level of the A to D leg out here. Let me make sure I've got this set to retracements. There we go. So that's from this high here at about 9:30 on January 27th down to the low out here on today, this morning, November 29th at about between 8:30 and 9. So of the 5 objectives, what Goldilocks has done thus far, it made objective number 1, that's a 0.382 retracement. We're trading above the 0.382 retracement, which is 1189.20, and price should now go ahead and target objective number 2. That's going to be 1193.40. Objective number 3 is 1196.30. And the 100% move, that's at the 1200 even Steven level, becomes objective number 4. How are we going to know if gold, in fact, has formed a bottom out here? Well, it would be objective number 5 that would unfold, because otherwise we're really just kind of consolidating sideways out here. And sure enough, if we take this 30-minute chart back further, you're going to see, yeah, you can see where that consolidation is. If, in fact, we have seen a bottom, this is what you and I are going to go ahead and try to identify out here, well, then outcome number 5 would kick in. And outcome number 5 would go ahead and give you a price projection somewhere between 1209, that would be your 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, and 1217 out here. But just simply clearing that 1200 level would be a indication that, in fact, gold has formed a bottom out here. Now, if that is the case, then what the heck is the Japanese yen doing? So if we take a look at it, here is the daily contract for the Japanese yen, and you can still see that it is trading below Stevie's oscillator unchanged line. Never a good thing. In fact, well, gold was trading below it as well, so that is not or if you didn't know that, we'll go ahead and put that on the chart. It is. So here in the futures contract, you're looking at 0.008971. You need to see it close above that in order to get a nice confirmation out here. So we don't have a confirmation that really gold has formed a bottom. Nice Gartley buy pattern this morning. We've seen objective number 1 is going to accomplish objective number 2. We don't know whether 3 and 4 are going to go ahead and take place. It would be much easier for them to take place if, in fact, gold could close above its oscillator unchanged line as well. If we take a look at what that is out here, let's go ahead and put that on the screen. We'll give you that number to go ahead and write down on your pad of paper. That's going to be 1198.40. We're trading somewhere around 1189 right now. So that's only $9. That is not a big, huge move. But until Goldilocks gets above that level, we don't have a confirmation. Now, for those of you, we had a nice call yesterday with Alex in Massachusetts. We were taking a look at Tom DeMark counts. If we take a look at gold on a daily basis out here, we can see that it has given us 2 bottoming signals utilizing Tom DeMark counts out here. Both the TD sequential, that took place, both TD sequential and TD combo took place on the same day. That was November 23rd. So while you were preparing your turkey The gold contract was trying to signal to you that it is trying to form a bottom out here. The confirmation did get a bullish reversal signal yesterday, but the confirmation is going to be getting above that oscillator on change line, 1198.40. That is the key number to be watching for inside of Goldilocks out here. If we take a look at, so does the signal first come from the mining sector? And if we believe that it does or it can, let's go take a look at the XAU. Because in the case of the XAU, voila. We have now seen, we saw a nice little price relative strength divergence pattern, price moving lower, doing less relative energy, November 14th. We got a nice little three-river Morningstar candle. That took place between November 17th and November 21st. So we've got a nice little bullish reversal signal. And we now have a close above the oscillator on change line, and then today has been a test and rejection of that level. So certainly this mining sector is trying to bottom and give us a signal, but folks, it needs that currency pair, your friend and mine, the yen futures, in order to go ahead and give us a doble-gi confirmation. And I don't even know what that means. I know what it means to give us confirmation, though. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's field a question inside the Tigers Den from Danny in Atlanta. His question goes like this. Is there a target to the downside of the yen or gold, Steve, on the daily chart out here? And the answer is yes. If we take a look at this continuous contract for gold, what we can do is we can look at different retracement levels. So a positive for gold is that with regard to finding the bottom, right, we took a look at those TD Tom DeMar counts, right? Both the sequential and the combo hitting on the same day, count number 13, indication of a potential bottom that is forming out here. We can also see that price from the low back here in 2015, December 3rd, 2015, to the most recent high out here on January the 6th, July 6th, July 11th out here in the 1377 level, also a 0.618 retracement area. A floor where people normally get off the elevator. So to answer Danny's question with regard to if this doesn't hold, where is the next price projection? We'd have to say the floor on that elevator would take price into the 1116 area. After 1116, you'd be looking at 100% move of a move to head to 1045. Now, if in fact, and I would say that that will be the outcome, if the lows out here from the trading session November 25th get taken out. You know, it's really not that far down. That is at 1170. We're trading 1188. Just as it's not very hard for $9 to the upside to occur and get above the oscillator and change line, it's not that hard to get below 1172. The reason that I suggest that, of course, the caveat will be the yen. But the reason I suggest that, in addition to the other bottoming patterns, in essence, or areas from the indicators that we use forming inside of gold, if we take a look at the wave count that actually occurred at that low inside of gold, this was on November 25th, while everybody was sleeping out there, we got into our seventh wave. Yesterday was the confirmation of a seventh wave on the daily chart for gold. That is beginning with that August 2nd high out there. So therefore, as you know, singing in the key of G is what Goldilocks is doing out here. So all types of bottoming signals we'll see. We'll know soon enough whether or not, in fact, that's the case. I still contend that the watch for a confirmation inside the yen, watch for a confirmation inside of gold, and then just simply back up the truck, fire away in the metals, in the mining sector out there, look for the best ones, the strongest ones. But that would really be the signal that is going on inside of that area. So I hope, Danny, that answers your question with regard to downside target inside of gold, and then the logic or the reasoning behind it. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. How about black gold Texas tea? Let's take a look at light sweet crude. Let's go see what it is doing. Down at $1.81, trade out to 45.27. Is there any end in sight out here? Well, I don't know. Let's go take a look at it. What do we have? We can see. What can we see? We can see. I've got a number of different retracements out here. Let's just go ahead and delete them and start from the beginning. Make it a little bit easier for people to see what's going on. First, let's go ahead and take a look at our market profiles. So let's go see what information, if anything, we can glean out of those. Of course, this is going to immediately put the 30-minute on my chart, and I don't want that. Not that I don't want it, but that's not really what my intention was. So let's go add back the daily and the weekly out here, see if they can provide us with any information. Ooh la la, they have. And that means that if we take a look at the daily task market profile, what we can see here is that light sweet crude today on its move lower tested the bottom of its daily profile. That number is 44.81. The low today, 44.82. And that works for me. So we've seen a rejection of that profile. What does that really mean? That means, well, you could easily see light sweet crude take it on the 46.11 area. That is the top of that box, maybe even 46.63. But any close below 44.81, and not only will we get a test of that swing point from November 14th, you can get an A to B equals CD to the downside. By the way, that swing point from November 14th, that is at 42.95. So that is what's going on inside of black gold and Texas tea out here. All right, so what else do we want to cover? Feel free to just go ahead and pipe in your questions inside the Tigers Den. I did receive some emails asking me about the segment that I did with Tom yesterday. I was looking at the New York Stock Exchange and all of the different Marty Zweig indicators out there, and just kind of an overall question of where is it that where is it that I see the market headed to over time, and so we can try to cover that. So let's do this. Let me switch over. Let me switch over to a different set of worksheets, and the question becomes, what do we want to use as the underlying tone or message of the markets? And I would say the first place that we want to start with is understanding the current, just the overall currents that are in the marketplace. And so we do that. Oh, we've got a caller on the line, so that's going to take us away from doing that. So, hey, even better yet. So let's go to Brent in Martinez, California. And Brent, how are you doing this morning?
Doing well, Steve. How are you today?
Excellent. Thanks so much for asking. And I think I heard yesterday that it was a family endeavor for you in cooking the Thanksgiving Day meal.
I'm lucky. Yeah, my wife's a great cook, and then both my sons, which is, for their age, they're actually very, very good cooks.
Oh, that's great. Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to get him. How old is your son? He was cooking. What was he cooking? Pie?
Yeah, he made a totally scratch pie. He did. Made the crust from scratch. Made the filling. I mean, actually from a pumpkin, not the Libby stuff, but the actual pumpkin. And yeah, pretty impressive.
And how does that taste?
It was fantastic.
Oh, that's great. That's
great.
One
of the best ones I've ever had, I'd have to say. They make all kinds of stuff. They just made some fajitas the other day with homemade tortillas, the whole bit. So they're pretty serious chefs, I guess you'd say.
So they're taking after mom. Is that what you're saying?
We just have a nice kitchen. I know my youngest son, he's always enjoyed food and cooking, and I think that's what he's going to do professionally at some point. But right now, he's kind of still, yeah. So anyway, it makes it nice for me. I get to taste all the stuff that he makes, and it always comes out good. So
but you know the golden rule though, and that is that if you're not the one cooking, you're the one that's cleaning.
I do the dishes.
Okay. All right. Good. So you want to take a look at the U.S. dollar index, I believe. Tell me what you're doing, thinking, or what your question is with regard to it.
I'd like to get your take on it. I've heard you talking about gold and silver and the mining stocks. I have been accumulating some positions here starting last week, and so I just, those were based on some other patterns, but a lot of it is somewhat, also based on what the dollar's doing and then the yen's doing. So I just wanted your take. I think it's going lower personally, but I just wanted to get your take.
Sure. So if we take a look at the current contract, the December contract for the U.S. dollar index, trading out at 101.03. And as I put this on my chart out here on my screen, well, we can see that it has done today thus far. So we're out of time on this break. Can you hold through the break, Brent?
Oh, absolutely, Steve.
All right, so we're going to go back to Brent in Martinez, California. And next Thanksgiving, his son is cooking all of us pies. Of course, it's a money-making venture. We've got to send them about, what would you say, about $30 a pie? We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 33. S&P is up 6. We're on the line with Brent Martinez, California. And would that be okay if we start a money-making business for him?
That sounds great, Steve.
Okay, good. All right. Let's go take a look at the U.S. dollar index. So I was mentioning before we went into that breakout here that one of the things that Brent is looking for, or anybody else with regard to believing that the U.S. dollar index is going to pull back, is to see it continue now to close below its oscillator and change line, the red line on my chart. That price level is 101.40. As long as the U.S. dollar index trades below that, that says that a retracement is in place. Now, let me do this here so that I can give you some of the TAS profiles. And then we want to switch over and take a look at the 30-minute chart so I can show you what it's actually done as well out here. So with regard to market profiles, we know that price now has found resistance at the top of its TAS market profile high, 101.54. From a daily perspective, this would say to us, Brent, that the U.S. dollar index ought to pull back to 99.74. As long as that oscillator and change line is not does not fail to act as resistance, then 99.74 becomes the next move to the downside. Now, the way that this daily profile is set up, the point of control is closer to the top of the box. That says that inside this box, it's really sellers that have control. So a move down below 100.94 will give you that signal that the 99.74 level is in play. As I switch over and look at a 30-minute chart out here, what we can see that occurred here earlier this morning at about 9 o'clock is we can see that, in essence, there was a double top that formed. That double top was coming back and testing a swing point from 9 o'clock in the morning. This was yesterday, I believe, at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, November 28th. Now, the reason why I say it was a double top, folks, is because the determination whether something is a double top or it's just a consolidation is the determination factor is being able to go back and break below the previous swing point, in this case here, swing point low. And this was the one from 5 p.m. yesterday evening. And we can see that price is below that swing point. That low, by the way, was at 101.19. And we're trading at 101.03 right now. So that's it. And we're also trading below a hammer candle that occurred a few hours ago. So that says that the U.S. dollar index, Brent, is coming back to this swing point here from November 27th down at about the time frame of about 8 o'clock, 12, about 10 o'clock in the evening. And breaking through that hammer low out there would do a lot to confirm what your thinking is. Now the question becomes, does the U.S. dollar index find support at 99.74, or does it head down to $99? And then we really won't know that until we start to see patterns unfold. But that's my thinking at this stage. What else are you looking at to give you the inclination? Are you looking at another currency pair like the euro or something else, or what are you looking at as well?
That's great analysis, Steve. I know Tom has talked about the level, and I think it's an important level too. It's 100.60, I believe, with an area that if it breaks that, I think would be kind of significant. We'll see how it all plays out, but that's great analysis. I appreciate it. That's more or less in line with what I'm thinking, and we'll just see how it plays out, I guess.
Yeah, you bet. The nice thing, as you say, you've been accumulating some of the mining equities out there, and it would just be nice to see, just because of this dance that continues to go on, this correlation dance here. These are the 30-minute charts here for the yen, bonds, and gold. We'd sure like to see the Japanese yen confirm a move higher out here. Otherwise, it could just be a lot of a sideways type chop. But, I think you're in the right place.
Well, I appreciate it, Steve. I just have one other favor to ask. I'll take it off there. If you have a chance to look at the TLT, I'm long that as well. So.
Yeah. So, that this is just the TLT. If we just take a look at the 30-year Treasury right now, I mean, it looks good, because this clearly has been forming higher lows at this stage and slightly higher highs out here. If I look at now, the thing is with the 30-year Treasury, I just need to switch back to one thing out here, and let me put that on the chart. The number to be watching, I believe that the 30-year Treasury, let's go find out, may have closed above its oscillator and change line. But let me go ahead and give you that number. It'll take just a moment to get down to it, because either way, whether it's crossed it or not, you want to be aware of it. And that says, at this stage here, give it a moment just to populate. The number we're looking for, is 152.83, and today would be the second close above that level. So with regard to, if you just disregard the currency pairs, the signal here is that you're on the right side of the trade inside of the TLT as well.
Well, thank you very much, Steve. I always appreciate it. So it's great analysis, and just have a wonderful day, okay?
All right, will do. Thanks for calling. That was Brent in Martinez, California. One of our dinners asked, are we in the seventh wave down on the dollar chart? So let's go. I got to switch back to that other page that I was at. We'll go answer that question for Maria inside of the den. So let's go put the 30-minute chart out here for the U.S. dollar index. And so I don't know where you're talking about from, but I'm going to just come from here is the counts that I would be looking at. We're only in count number 3 at this stage on the U.S. dollar index out here. If I go back to, are you asking about this hammer candle back here, which is really going to be kind of like an old count? That at this stage isn't as relevant as where we're at right now, I don't know. But what I have on a 30-minute chart out here is, I'll just try from this swing point on a 30-minute chart. No, that didn't even get us down to wave number 7. That got us down to wave number 6 out here. So the answer to the question is that should not be a factor with regard to this trade. I think that the real factor becomes this hammer candle that formed out here yesterday. I believe that was November 27th. Yeah, no, maybe that wasn't yesterday, but the hammer candle on the 30-minute chart, 2,200 hours, November 27th, so 2 days ago. Watch that low. That will be a pretty good indication. You know the expression, if you close below the low of a hammer candle, if you're long, you're wrong. So that would be an important signal out here. But it looks to me like that is where the U.S. dollar index is headed to, at a minimum, on top of the profiles that we looked at earlier out there. And you are very welcome. What do you see in the yen, Steve? Danny in Atlanta. So on the yen, let me switch back to my other. Unfortunately, I've got all these different workspaces, and in order to manage all this stuff, so I just need to switch back to try to answer that question. We'll answer it a couple of different ways. Let's switch over to this chart, and let's just go to the daily. Let me get over here to answer that question. Let's go ahead and put the Japanese yen futures. Let's do that. 6J. Let's put that on here. And what actually occurred yesterday. So here's something else for you to take a look at, because the question is really about downside action, right? And but here's the December contract, and you did have a nice bullish signal. So if you look at this C to D leg, so this will help Brent as well with regard to his thinking on the treasuries, the thinking with regard to the mining equities out here, to the extent that you believe that there's a correlation between the yen and those two other instruments out here, is that yesterday is the first time that we had a confirmation of an A to B equals CD to the downside inside the Japanese yen. That nice little bull sash candle yesterday. Today you don't exactly have follow through, but it has not negated yesterday's candle session out here. We may have our turn. To the downside, the next level would be about 85 cents. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, swim lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 39 right now. In our last segment, I've seen we've got some emails that have come in. So Carl asked about, I'm long AMD and was wondering what your thoughts may be. I've been announced since 260 level. currently back in. So let's go take a look at advanced micro devices and nice trades out here. If we take a look at it, this thing has been on a nice, pretty smooth ride to the upside, a couple of bumps along the way from the lows back in February of 2016, down in the $1.80-ish type level. You're now at $9.13. The nice thing about this chart out here is you are above resistance levels. Now, little shooting star candle that formed out here a couple of days ago, November 21st. Ideally, you'd like to see price close above that high of 922. You are trading above a daily market profile that certainly was a bias to the sellers out here. They were able to do nothing with it other than get price down, in essence, to the point of control. So that tells us as well that this is a strong equity. No reason to bail on this. Now, the volume on November 21st was, well, I have to turn the volume switch on to tell you what it is. So let's go do that. That would be helpful. The volume on that trading session was 65 million shares. You're at 37 million shares today. So you're moving into a light volume. Not a big deal out here. Not a big deal. Hey, any pullback, where would you add or anything along those lines? Probably about $8 would be the number. If we look at this on a longer term basis, for you get a feel, you can see you're also moving into resistance of a prior swing level. Doesn't mean it's not going to take it out. That's in April of 2010. The volume there was about, well, let's actually go read it for you. The volume there was 545 million. You are already at 936 million. So you're moving into a swing point with volume that says that you could, in fact, go ahead and bust it out. And bust it out says, you can move back up into the $16 area. So I see absolutely, positively, zilch, zero, nada reasons for you to go ahead and exit this trade out here. If we switch over, since this is in the semiconductor area, and I switch over, I take a look at this here, and I look at just where are we at, weekly, monthly, so on and so forth, inside of the semiconductor index out here. A little bit of caution must be thrown into the wind, and that we did get a TD sequential count last month, but price has taken that level out. So on a monthly chart, this says the SOX index wants to continue to move higher, with 793.04 being support. And to sort of answer the previous question with regard to checking things off with regard to where are these markets going, or people that believe that somehow this Trump bump, or whatever you want to call it, that is a selling opportunity. These markets are going to head south. Really? So you're telling me that the markets are going to head south with the semiconductor index at all-time highs, and with it having higher to go out here? Ain't going to happen. Sorry, just not going to happen out here. There are just too many indications all over the place that these markets want to go higher, continue going higher out here. Here is the weekly chart for the semiconductor index. This may only be in its first wave to the upside out here. Probably not, but could be. But this isn't showing any signs of weakness. 861.34 becomes its level of support out here. And if I take a look at the daily out here, the daily chart, there's not anything really of significance. Look, the next buying opportunity, would be a pullback to about 870, 893. This morning was as close as we've gotten to it. I was anticipating that would occur. But look, this index is strong like bull, just as this market is, folks. So any pullbacks out here, this market is heading north. This market will be higher come the end of December, come the end of January, come the end of February, the end of March, the end of April, maybe about middle of May. Then let's talk about it. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Stay tuned. Our favorite polar bear, David White, will be up next. Take care, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.